Guys, I like spending a lot of time on the internet, you know, different audio sites, Gear Sluts, and some other favorite sites. And I notice that sometimes you guys seem somewhat conflicted about making sounds match, and you hear the word carving out spaces and stuff like that. I ran into this recently on a group D Mechanic that I've been working on, and I thought this might make a good example of the subtleties that you really need to make things fit together. It's never something big. So I'm gonna play you a piece of this song and show you. I only had essentially had three main keyboard parts, and they were all very close to the same frequency range. I found spots for them, and I thought this might be something you might want to take a look at a little deeper, okay? Okay guys, so I'm going to play you this example. This is without the vocal because I want you to focus on these instruments. The three instruments you see at the bottom of the screen were all pretty much in the same area. The big wide blue one is the bass. Now these are the sounds before I touched them. They're all together. They're distinguishable, but they're not really occupying a space with authority. So let's break it down. Here's the string part. Now what I did here was, I really like this plug-in. This is the Brainworks Saturator. Just trying to add a little grit and color. Check this. Now this also allows me to take a little bit of the middle out. And so I'm taking a little bit of the middle out. Now, okay, here's the EQ. It's a little bit subtle that I added. This is without it. With it. Just enough to set it on top of the other three tracks. And then a little compression and a little gain. That kind of holds it up there, lets it compete because it's kind of a mellow track. Now this guy, so we're setting this guy a little lower than the strings. Now this guy, this emphasizes the percussive element, so I'm going to add a rather high EQ through the vitalizer, which is just a piece of gear that kind of gives us an enhanced attack, but via a combination of EQ and compression. It also gives a little bit of a backbeat to the beat, which I like. So, and then here again, I'm smoothing everything out. So let's hear all those guys together. There again, I've got to compete with a lot of mid-range, a lot of drums, and I've got to compete with what's going to happen when this thing gets limited and compressed by Brian Gardner, who's been just doing great work, just great stuff these days, as always. Hope that enlightened you. It's not, our job now is not just separating the sounds, but it's also enhancing them and separating them in such a way that later down the food chain, when they get limited a little bit, they can still compete and stick out. I know this was a subtle one today, but a couple of little things in there. Just a lot of you guys want to know the way my brain works. Lord knows why you want to know that, because I'm not really sure it even works. But there's a little bit of insight into why and how I choose EQs for different things. Okay.